Welcome to the Curious Builder Podcast. I'm Mark Williams. I'm your host. Today I am joined with Daniel Felt from Kura Home Maintenance. Welcome, Daniel.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right. If you're from Minnesota, you've probably seen their green vans driving around. But why don't you give us a little brief background of who you are, what you do, and then we'll dive into it a little bit more deep.
Yeah, for sure. I grew up out in Litchfield, Minnesota on a farm, helped my parents build their dream home. And at the time, I thought it was absolutely horrible, but kind of launched me into where I'm at today. I went to school. I studied business marketing. After that, I worked for a agricultural company. They sell casual about 8 million chicken eggs a day and created a ton of
8 million chicken eggs.
Yeah, it's no joke. They're pretty big time. So
wow.
Yeah, I learned a ton about just SOPs and creating documentation to help people do things, especially when food is involved. You know, the quality has to be top notch. And so learned that. After that, my brother owns a home service business. He does window cleaning, holiday lights. He needed a general manager. We grew that from 8 crews to 16 in 2 years. And the idea to start Kura Home came up, and he didn't think it would be a good addition to his business, and I'm really stubborn, so when someone tells me something won't work, I said, you know what, I'm going to try it. So in 2016, I started Kura Home out of my garage in Plymouth, Minnesota.
Oh boy. How old were you at the time?
I was 27.
27.
Yeah.
All right. That's amazing. I love, it's often been told that you become an entrepreneur either because you're surrounded by family or because you aren't fit anywhere else. It sounds like it was both. It was like you had family and you were like, you told me no, fine, game on.
Yeah, I grew up in an entrepreneurial family. My mom and dad still raise golden retriever puppies, really nice dogs, and my brother's running that. And in some shape or form, almost all my siblings have either side gigs that are entrepreneurial or something. But yeah, at this point, I'd say I'm unemployable. I could never work for anyone else, and it's kind of like scary to think that. But I'm like, I don't think I would be happy, doing that. And it's like I'm sure I could be, but I think at my soul, I'm unemployable now.
It's funny. I started when I was 23, 24. It's kind of the same deal. Mm-hmm. But just this last year, every once in a while, you get a difficult client, or you just operationally you're stretched thin, you're overcommitted. Typical entrepreneur story, and you're like, yeah, I wonder. I never had any sort of really corporate experience or another job, frankly, because you're unemployable. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I was bouncing off a few other people that were Target or wherever they were working, and I said, maybe I want to scratch at that. And like, dude, you wouldn't last 4 days.
Yeah.
And,
exactly.
So that it should probably never get scratched. But every once in a while, it's kind of interesting to be like, what would happen if?
Yep, most definitely.